Joining me now from Nusrat in central Gaza is Louise Wateridge, spokesperson for the UN Relief Agency for Palestinians, UNRWA. Louise was there at the vaccine rollout. It's good to talk to you again today, Louise. So far, so good from your perspective, would you say?
Yes, it was incredibly relieving to see so many children and families turn out for the vaccination yesterday morning. I visited an UNRWA health facility in Deir al-Balah and a school turned shelter, and also went with the teams tent to tent. It was generally a positive atmosphere for families towards the polio vaccination. A lot of the parents expressed their relief that this vaccine was available. But of course, you know, we have these periodic humanitarian pauses. We need a ceasefire, you know, having these pauses. We've had strikes this morning. There were strikes yesterday afternoon. It's still a very tense atmosphere here in the Gaza Strip. It was a little weird yesterday, to be honest. I think everybody noticed to go even an hour without hearing a bomb or a strike is something we've not experienced for weeks. To go a day without having evacuation orders issued, it was very unusual after what we've experienced the last 2 weeks. So it's great that this humanitarian pause has so far been respected, but we need a ceasefire now.
The goal of treating some 640,000 children in the next few weeks, that's going to be very challenging, isn't it?
Yes, incredibly so. I don't know if you can hear behind me, actually, some fighting has just started. So we're at 7 a.m. now here in Gaza. That is supposed to be in the humanitarian pause. This is one of our biggest challenges, you know, 640,000 children in the space of just over a week in different areas. We're doing everything we can, but we cannot vaccinate children who are fearing for their lives. We cannot vaccinate children and families who have to flee for safety. We need these children to be able to come to the vaccination centres and to you know, have and receive these vaccines safely. And that's not possible when there's fighting like there is now.
What about your own personal safety, Louise? Obviously, you've assessed that. You've made your choice. You're taking a huge risk yourself, aren't you, being there?
All humanitarians here are in danger. UNRWA has lost 200 colleagues. We've had 200 colleagues killed in this war. Even in the last week, there has been humanitarian aid convoys hit and personnel killed. So every day we are here, there is no safety guaranteed. We try to coordinate every day with the Israeli authorities as best we can. You know, every day we share our coordinates and our movement, but there is no safety for anyone. There's no safety for the people. There's no safety for the children, no safety for humanitarians, no safety for health workers. And this needs to change. The only thing that is going to change this is a ceasefire. We need a ceasefire now.
And just explain the situation in Gaza today. How long have you been in Gaza, Louise? And talk us through what you've experienced in terms of the change.
I've been here in a elongated period for 4 weeks. The first 3 weeks were very difficult, almost unbearable. As I arrived, the evacuation orders were issued. In the month of August, there were 15 evacuation orders alone. Every day, people were fleeing for their lives. Every day, all that I saw here was, you know, children dragging water canisters, because that's one of the most valuable possessions here, anything that carries water. You know, mothers were trying to carry the children and the bags and the bedding. They've got nowhere to go. Going to hospitals, seeing the healthcare workers, they're in absolute despair. They don't have the medical facilities they need. They don't have the supplies they need. They're doing everything they possibly can to treat people, but they know that, you know, with diseases spreading and sepsis, there's only so much that they can do to treat the patients they have with the supplies they have. Everybody here needs everything. It's getting worse. You know, every day here is a new challenge. Every day is more complex. The humanitarian response is doing everything it can, but these pauses come, you know, it's a pause in fighting sometimes, but it's for a medical emergency. So there's no respite for anyone. We need respite for the people of Gaza, and we need the hostages to go home so that everybody can have respite from this war.
Louise Wateridge, we appreciate you talking to us this morning on BBC News from the UN Relief Agency for Palestinians, UNRWA.